So, as you guys see from the title of this video, this is my first conspiracy theory, and it's actually crazy. Okay, so let me just get a little closer. Let me give you some backstory. So, I went to the Vampire Diaries convention this past weekend, and it was great. See, I got to meet Ian and Paul from the Vampire Diaries. See, and proof that I met them. Isn't that crazy? Okay, so yeah, I met them. And the following Sunday or Monday, I did some research because I was talking to my mom about Ian, right? And I was like, his eyes are so pretty. He has the most gorgeous face. His wife is amazing. And I don't get this, guys, but some people say that Paul's eyes are prettier than Ian's, and how do people think that? No, Ian's eye. Have you seen Ian Somerhalder's eyes? Excuse you? So, anyways, it got me to thinking, how old even are they now? Sorry, my nose is a little stopped up. So I looked up their ages. This is when we're getting into the conspiracy theory. Alright, so I looked up their ages. Ian is 40. And Paul is 36. Alright? So of course, me looking into two guys from Vampire Diaries, I absolutely had to look up Jenson and Jared Padalecki's age, right? Obviously, because those two pair up. When you think the Vampire Diaries, you think supernatural, obviously. At least that's how my mind works. Alright, so here's the crazy thing. Jenson is 40. Yeah, you heard me right. He's 40. Just like Ian. It gets crazier. Jared is 36. 36, just like Paul. How is this possible? Not to mention, they all know each other. Like, I've seen recent pictures of the four of them, which are super cute, by the way. If you haven't seen those, look them up. So they all know each other. And the oldest brothers in the shows are the same age. The youngest brothers in the show are the same age. This is insane. How do they all know each other? How are they all the same ages? And that's what I'm going to get into. Two vampires and two monster hunters know each other, and they're the same age. Now, if you want to hear my turn on things, which is where the conspiracy comes in, because obviously it's true. I think they're all vampires, and they could all be related. Like, what if Ian and Jenson are like brothers, like twins or something, like fraternal twins, but they're like super hot. And then Paul and Jared are the same way. Just kidding. I'm totally kidding about that part. They're not twins. They're not twins, but they could totally be vampires. No joke. Like, here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing. At the Q&A at the convention, someone asked Ian and Paul a question. I already forgot what it was. And then she was like, well, it's not like you guys are real vampires. To which Ian got offended. And he was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Hold on, girl. I'm just saying. Why would he be offended by that if he's not a vampire? The truth comes out, you guys. They're all vampires. And I'm not gonna say they were related, but like they could be born the same year from like different parents, and suddenly they all become friends in some sort of way back in like the 1800s or something. I don't know. And I don't know what actual year they were all born. Don't come at me. And so they all meet up, they're friends, and so then they decide to do this little photo op in the 21st century because, you know, that's a thing you do in the 21st century if you're famous, which they are. And they're like, you know what? Doing this little cute photo op with you guys would be great. Because they're all little cuties, and a lot of people thought it was a promo for a Supernatural Vampire Diaries collab, which would have been great. I think they were teasing us on that, like, excuse you. So, and it's ironic that Ian and Paul are vampires on the Vampire Diaries. Honestly, they're just doing that to seem less suspicious. And then Jared and Jenson are monster hunters on Supernatural. This seems suspicious to me. If they're not vampires, I don't know what to tell you guys. Like, I'm 100% convinced. 100%. And if you've seen the Vampire Diaries, you know that, hey, if they go outside with a ring, which they all conveniently have, during the sunlight, then, you know, they won't die. And, maybe we all know that they're vampires, but they used, I forgot what it's called, Anyways, they use their vampire powers. I forgot the name of this power. To make you forget that you knew that they were vampires. Because honestly, we should all know this. I don't know why I'm the only one that remembers. And in the Vampire Diaries, they can take pictures of vampires. They can see themselves in the mirrors. And that's why they appear in my photo. Guys, this is all making sense. It's all coming together. Maybe someone gave me vervain. And that's why I remember. Who could have gave me vervain? Am I the new Elena Gilbert? Are all 4 of these guys gonna fight over me? This is not about me, this is about them. They all conveniently have rings. They all know each other. All they drink, or all they say they drink, well, Ian and Paul anyways, is bourbon. And what if bourbon is code word for blood? For blood. I'm just saying. It just... And they're coming together to make a company that makes good bourbon, but really, they're just making blood. They're just getting blood together and mixing it up and making you guys believe it's alcohol, but really it's not. Really. What if they're good vampires and they're like trying to save your life? Because if you die with vampire blood in you, well, you gonna become a vampire if you choose to feed, guys. So yeah. Conclusion. Ian, Paul, Jared, Jenson, they're all vampires. And Jared and Jenson are trying to make you guys believe they're not vampires. Like they did a Scooby-Doo episode, which if you love Scooby-Doo, like most people do, then you're gonna be like, oh, this is so cute, this is so innocent. No, it's not. Especially if you've seen that episode. That's that was some graphic stuff. So yeah. And they're monster hunters because they're trying to convince you that they're not an actual monster. That they're trying to save the world from monsters. Which, if they're good vampires, they're trying to rid the world of bad monsters. Like, they're monsters, but they don't care about the crappy monsters in the world, you know? So, obviously, they're all vampires. They're all vampires, and that's all I have to say. You can choose to believe me if you want, but I'm not saying you have to. It just all makes sense to me.